Welcome to the Songwriter Connection podcast, where we look at the craft of songwriting through the eyes of the songwriter. Each week, we make a connection with a music maker, listen to their songs, and hear their stories. From Nashville, Tennessee, here's your host, Dave Lenahan.
Hi, I'm Dave. So good to have you with us on the last show of Season 2. And we have a tremendous guest for you today with one of the most interesting monikers that we've heard in a long time. She has not been in Nashville long, but she is taking this town by storm, I promise you. And I'm very anxious to introduce her to you and hear her play some songs for us. So, but you know, we're going to make a connection with her. And for sure, she's going to sing some songs live around the old Duncan Fife dining room table. So hang on. But I just want to tell you about some things, just some news to share with you on the podcast. After today, I'm going to take a little break. And that way you can catch up on all the 42 episodes that are streaming right now. Because you might have missed one or two. You never know. Check back. We are on all streaming platforms like Apple, iHeart, Spotify, Amazon, even on YouTube now, and we thank you for listening there. And as of today, we now have over 40,000 downloads, and we have listeners in 15 different countries. So thanks for that. I mean it. Thank you very much. I know you're spreading the news, putting it on the socials, and we certainly do appreciate that. And looking over the season, we've had songwriters and artists in country, pop, folk, Americana, jazz, rock and blues, contemporary Christian. And by the way, one such artist, we have to congratulate. That's Ben Fuller, who recently was on the show. If you missed that show, go back and check it out because he's an amazing talent. And he just signed a big record deal. And you're going to be hearing him on the radio very, very soon. So we're really excited about Ben. And we congratulate Ben and his manager, Crystal Polychronis, who both were on the show that day. Check it out if you will. And already we are lining up guests for Season 3. And the plan is to start streaming those shows this spring. So watch on the socials for more on that. I will keep you posted. You can find us on the socials at Songwriter Connection Podcast. We have our own Facebook page. You can also follow me on Facebook, also on Twitter and Instagram. So if you can like, whatever. Oh, and on YouTube, you can like and subscribe if you would. I certainly would appreciate that. And I can't go on without lots of thanks, not only to you for spreading the word about Songwriter Connection Podcast, but also to our awesome Season 2 guests, and for Red Circle for hosting this podcast and distributing the show all over, and to my friend Nancy Deckant of Discover Sooner for her sponsorship. Couldn't have done it without you, Nancy, so thank you so much. And by the way, if you haven't discovered Discover Sooner yet, what are you waiting for? It's discoversooner.com. That simple, discoversooner.com, connecting you with other songwriters throughout the world and publishers too. An awesome organization to be a member of. So please check out my friend Nancy and discoversooner.com. Well, let me introduce you to our guest today. You've not been in Nashville long, have you?
No.
This is Shanna in a dress, everybody. And I can tell you, I know this is an audio medium, but she's in a dress. Hi,
Shocker.
Shanna. Shocker.
Hey, Dave.
She doesn't like to wear pants, right?
That's right.
More on her in just a little bit, but I want to play you a song from Shanna. This is from her new record, which is called Robot. And do you want to say anything about this song?
This is about how to turn on a woman.
How to turn on a woman. Oh, here you go, guys. Listen up. Listen very carefully.
Oh, baby. Last night was so good. You were incredible. I can still picture it all right now. The way you brought in the groceries. The way you took out the trash. The way you remembered to feed the cat. Then you unloaded the dishwasher. And when I got home from work, you had dinner on the table. I wanted you for dessert. Oh, I don't need a man with a face like Fred, Zac Efron's hair, or Channing Tatum's abs, sporting a Rolex and a Cadillac. I like it if you look like you would be a good dad. That's hot. That's hot. That's hot. That's hot. So hot. That's hot. That's hot. That's hot. I like your dad vibe. said those magic words. Okay, not today. Oh, I don't need a man with a face like red. George Clooney's hair or Channing Tatum's abs. Sporting a Rolex and a Cadillac. I like it if you look like you would be a good dad. That's hot. That's hot. That's hot. That's hot. So hot. That's hot. That's hot. That's hot. I like your dad bod. And I love how I don't have to babysit you at parties. 'Cause ladies, we all know that's the worst. They say nice guys finish last and they're right. You always let me come first. Ooh, I don't need a man with a face like red. Zac Efron's hair, Channing Tatum's abs. Sporting a Rolex and a Cadillac. I like it if you look like you would be a good dad. That's hot. That's hot. That's hot. That's hot. So hot. That's hot. That's hot. That's hot. I like your dad bod.
What a great song. Shanna in a Dress, who is our guest on the last show of season 2 of the podcast, Songwriter Connection. Shanna, thanks for being on the show today. Good to see you again.
Great to see you, Dave. I'm so happy to hang out and talk about songs.
Oh, me, that's what I love to do.
Yeah.
You know, you've not been here very long. How long have you been in town here to Nashville? You
2
came-
months.
2 months? And you came from Colorado, right?
Yes.
Okay, which is that still? I know you said it was one of your favorite places.
Oh, it is.
When I was researching you, why the move to Nashville?
I wanted to be around, I guess, just the creative energy. Like I wanted to level up and see what being around this type of hustle would do.
See where it takes you, right?
Yeah.
The journey. And that's cool. And so far, I think, has Nashville risen to your level yet? I don't think so. I know you've been making an impact in that short time that you've been here. And I understand we have a friend in common. Cheryl,
yeah.
Cheryl Kaywood, who's a good friend. And how did you meet her?
I met her at a music conference in Austin.
Did you?
Yeah.
Cheryl's an amazing talent. And
I love her.
She's not only hooked us up with you, thanks for that, Cheryl, and I hope you're listening, but also Jamie Harris. Do you know Jamie?
Yeah.
Jamie's just fantastic. Has been on
She
the show,
is.
too, and I'm a big fan of hers
She's
as
so
well.
good.
So, yeah, it's a small world sometimes.
I know.
Yeah, and when I first saw you, I didn't realize that. So just recently reached out to Cheryl and thanked her. So cool. Good to have you here. What is your experience so far here in Nashville? It's different, I know.
It's so different. When I first showed up, it knocked me off my rocker a little bit in terms of just like my artist ego was really loud and scared of just like you're a nobody here and everyone here is amazing, and like I know my feeling of being enough was really challenged. But I'd like to say I'm already on the other side of that. And if that's true, 2 months is pretty good.
I really commend you for that, to step out of the boat, you know, and to start a new adventure.
Yeah.
And find out new things about yourself, don't you? Yeah.
You so do. And
Absolutely.
And it's fun. I love just like meeting new people and challenging myself. And, I'm an extrovert, but still the energy it requires of me to like go out and see shows all the time isn't one I've had to tap into in Colorado, you know?
Yeah.
So going out and seeing people you're already friends with that you already know.
Right.
It takes so much less energy than just go, try. Go enter the abyss of strangers and see what happens.
Yeah.
You know?
It's good. I think good things are going to happen for you. Now, Shanna in a Dress is your quirky best friend who refuses to wear pants, as she says in her bio. Let's talk about that moniker. I think it's fascinating. I've heard the story before, and I wondered if you'd share it with us.
Of course. Well, I, first of all, am not a big fan of pants. I think they are leg prisons.
They're leg prisons.
You know? But Also, I love dresses. They're the laziest way to look good, which is always my way. And for a long time, I performed as Shanna Whore, which...
Hoar, right?
That's right. That's a great name.
That's your real name, right?
That's my real name. And so ultimately, I was like, you know what? Maybe the whole whore thing is holding me back. Maybe that's why no one's coming to my shows.
You never know.
Yeah. Yeah. I had, and it just like makes people really afraid to say my name out loud. So while it fits my personality to a T,
Yeah.
I feel like so does Shanna in a dress. So that works.
Yeah. I've heard you once say you came from a long line of horse.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But now it's Shanna in a dress. And it fits you. It grabs attention right away. You're not going to forget that name. So I love it. I think it's going to work great for you.
Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been Shanna in a dress for many years, so it feels real.
Good. Let me tell you a little bit more about Shanna. She, in 2020, won the Kerrville, and this is a very prestigious folk competition. This is the Kerrville Folk Festival in Texas. It's just an amazing thing. We had a guest recently in the past who also won that award, and that's S1-E21, who was here just a few weeks back. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And lots of other stuff. You were a semifinalist in the Songwriter Serenade, the Great River Folk Fest Song Competition. Did very well there. And you biked across America, and I want to hear that story because that is so cool. Believe it or not, she did bike all across America. Was this last year you did that, right?
Yeah, this past summer.
Yeah. Tell me how that started. Where did you start? How did you come up with the idea, and how did that go for you?
Well, the idea was that I thought it would be fun. And 9 years ago, I did a cross-country bike tour that was led by a group. And so I knew I could do it. And I think anyone can do it. It's actually not that hard. But
It seems very hard to me.
it's not. It's really not. And I always thought it would be fun to combine a music tour with a bike tour.
Cool idea.
It's like being in a car for all that long is so hard on your body. But if you're like biking instead, that's a whole different way to see the world and like way to connect with people. So I decided to pair up with a charity called Pangea World Foundation, and with my debut album Robot in tow, which was another thing. I was like, well, let's do something interesting to share it's my first record. I've been doing this for a long time, but this is my debut. And the route was Seattle to Boston, and it was very circuitous. It was not very direct. I swooped down and back into Colorado and through Oklahoma, and then like zinged. That's a word. I'm gonna make it a word.
That's a word.
Yeah, up to Chicago, and then went fully east, and it was such a blast.
You would stop along the way and play shows.
Yeah.
And sell CDs.
Yeah, it ended up being about 62 shows.
Wow. And I imagine you got a lot of media attention doing that.
You'd think, but I think you have to like tell the media first. They don't just find a rando girl biking on the back roads and playing house concerts.
House concerts, which are very cool and very popular these days.
Yeah. So,
well, that's pretty cool. And by the way, the song we just played, that It's Hot, you know, that's from your Robot CD.
Yeah, it is.
Out there right now?
It's actually not out publicly yet. There are a few singles out, and this one will be the next one. So
good.
You guys your listeners get a sneak preview.
Great song. I know you did that for us at, we do a little 12 Keys saloon here in Nashville. Have a writer's night there, and you've joined us a couple times. I remember hearing you do that song to rave reviews. So
it's a staple for me.
All the best with that. You've got that guitar handy.
Yeah.
I think it's time we hear something live around the dining room table here on the Songwriter Connection. Do you mind? Would you mind? Not at all?
Twist my arm. Make me play original music for you.
Twist those tuning keys and we will. Yeah. Shanna in a Dress is our guest, and it's so good to have you here. What you got for us?
I'm going to play you guys the title track, an acoustic version of the title track off the debut album.
Robot.
Yeah.
Tell us about this song.
Well, it was originally inspired by the fact that I joke that I don't have feelings. I was like, as a songwriter, like you're around these really deeply emotional people, and I feel like, man, it'd be cool if I felt that much. That'd be so neat for my art. But at the time that I wrote this, I drew from my own experience and a friend of mine's, and like sometimes feeling like you're just not on this, you don't have the same emotional depth as like a particularly empathetic friend. And how interesting it would be to see the world from that perspective and to connect with people on that level, of depth. And
I get it. Yeah.
So it's a yearning for like, I wonder what that would be like, because that's not the space I'm in right now.
Okay. Let's hear Robot. Here's the story behind it. Here's the song on Songwriter Connection Podcast.
Uh-oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. I blink, but I don't even think no more. On autopilot, my body walks around the world so mechanically. He died, she's born, he's married, I'm bored, and I don't even shed a tear. I've become vacant and numb, programmed to what they all want to hear. What I would give to feel like you. What I would give to feel human. But I'm a robot waiting for somebody to move me. I'm a robot waiting for somebody to move me. I'm a robot waiting for somebody to move me. Somebody think I'm a robot. Uh-oh, cut me open. I'm fairly certain all you'll see is nuts and bolts and faulty wiring, emptiness, crashing together in a hollow chest. Oh, I remember hearing once, indifference is the opposite of love. And I remember feeling once, but the dream gets hazy as the days go on. What I would give to feel like you. What I would give to feel human. But I'm a robot waiting for somebody to move me. I'm a robot waiting for somebody to move me. I'm a robot waiting for somebody to move me. Somebody think I'm a robot. Oh, oh. To feel like you. What I would give to feel human. But I'm a robot waiting for somebody to move me. Somebody I'm a robot.
Our guest is Shanna in a Dress. This is the Songwriter Connection podcast, and that is the title cut of her new CD coming out soon, Robot, the acoustic version, live around the dining room table here at her home in Nashville. Great song, Shanna. It really
Thank
is.
you.
I think a lot of people can identify with that. Sometimes you just want to turn off the feelings and emotions, you know,
Totally.
which is hard to do as a songwriter, like you said.
Right. Well, it's actually, I feel like that song embodies who I become when I'm not present.
Okay.
So, and I think that's all of us, you know, like 90% of our day. We kind of just go on this autopilot, and luckily songwriting is my access to checking in with my humanity and my feelings and like the depth that is there. I just don't take the time to listen to it.
Gotcha. So you draw on a lot of your personal experiences in your songs.
Absolutely.
Which I love about them. I mean, you know what it is? It gives it that truth, that honesty that is so much missing, I think, from today's popular music.
Totally.
Yeah. So every time I hear a Shanna in the Dress song, I feel like I'm getting a cross section of your life, a part of your life that you're just pouring out on the stage, along with your heart. You know.
Totally.
Yeah. So anyway, it's good to have you here, and I'm looking forward to hearing more of your music. I want to tell folks that you've got a website, right? They can check you out where?
ShannaInADress.com.
ShannaInADress.com.
And I have a lot of stuff on my on the Shanna in a Dress YouTube channel.
Yes, which I was all over the past few days. Some great videos there from a lot of really cool places. Like you were on one of my favorite radio shows. You were on E-Town.
Yeah.
Which, I always thought E-Town's got to be Elizabethtown, Kentucky, but actually that's in Colorado, right?
Yeah, it's in Boulder.
Yeah, Boulder, Colorado. It's a great show here locally in Nashville on WMOT, which is Roots Radio. So we hear that show from time to time. So that must have been a real thrill to be on that show.
Yeah, I love that stage. And
Yeah.
the people there are so nice.
Yeah. And you've performed all over the world. I saw a video from Hamburg, Germany.
Right.
Tell us about that trip.
Yeah, I was doing kind of summer international tours, just to Europe, really, every summer before COVID stopped that.
Yeah, COVID did have its effect on the music business, unfortunately. So,
and if you saw the Hamburg, that means you saw the Booby song,
yeah.
right? Isn't that? Oh no, that's not the one.
It was
It was 20 Hours in Prague. I think that video is.
It was 20 Hours in Prague,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, good song. Yeah. And of course, you've got your fan club, the Fan of Shanna, which I think is Fan of Shanna group. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah. I love my Fan of Shannas.
Yes, that's awesome. So catch up with her on the socials and on her sites and like, if you will. The bike tour was so cool. I love that story.
It's called Tour de Dress.
Tour de Dress.
Yes.
Of course it is. Yeah. What was your most amazing experience on that? Do you have one to share?
I should have a canned answer for this.
You
because
probably have.
I keep thinking back to it, and I'm like, I don't know. It was all perfect and roses. My favorite thing was just connecting deeply with the people I stayed with.
I bet.
And that's my favorite part about traveling is just like, you can connect at some level through a screen, but just getting to hang out with someone. And
You once told me you went like 60 miles a day on the bike and then you stopped to do a show.
yeah.
How do you find people to stay with? And is this through your fan group? And
Yeah, it's mostly just because I've been at this for years, and I on Facebook and Instagram, and I have the Patreon platform now, and so I ask anyone who's on my email, the Shenanigans email list.
I love it.
I say, help! I'm going to Oregon. Anyone have any connections? And friends of friends and random family of fans and things like that step up. And I mean, it was a logistical challenge.
I bet it is. So, really, you're one of those, we put in this category called DIY artists today.
Oh, yeah.
Which is so important. I think it's an amazing time for musicians in one way, in the fact that I think because of the internet, we can get discovered and we can get out there a little bit more. But, it has its drawbacks too. But thank God for artists like you getting it out there.
Yeah.
And we discover new artists like you every single day. And I appreciate that. I mean, so much more than when we were limited only to the radio, you know. And that was back in my day. If my radio station wasn't playing you, I didn't know who you were.
Right.
And so today we're so far beyond that, which is such a cool thing. I want to talk about how it all began with you. You said you've been doing this for quite a while, but I want to hear another song. So can you share something else with us? What to do next? What to do next?
Yeah, I want to play like a really sad one.
Yeah. Like that one you played for us at the 12 Keys that night that we had everybody.
I could do that one.
That one?
That wasn't going to be it, but I have a different one. But I can do that one because
whatever one you want to do. This is
like
for
that
you
one.
as much as us. People did like that song that night. So powerful.
Thank you. It'll require a retune though, so
That's okay. We'll talk while we're doing that.
yeah.
It's ShannaInADress.com, her web page. And I hope that you'll get on that and explore some of these great videos and see Shanna and listen to her great songs. I would have to pick a song that you'd have to retune, wouldn't I?
Yeah. you
Yeah,
would.
that's me, the gracious host.
But actually, that's not true. I wouldn't have had to retune to play Shelley, and I do have to retune to play this one, which is the one that I.
You got a cool story on this one too. So.
It's one of my most powerful, I think.
I do too.
I remember being sick, just a little kid, a thermometer in my mouth. You said you'd better stay home, so I did. And we watched Wizard of Oz. You told me stories because you said when the going gets tough, best medicine is pure love. The last decade, we've been losing you. Doctors told me there's nothing I could do. I know it's just some changes in your brain, but I wonder, are you in there somewhere? I keep thinking one of these days you're gonna wake up and laugh, throw back your head and say, how weird was that? Are you in there somewhere? 'Cause I keep saying to myself, you're still somewhere in that shell, you're just stuck inside, don't know how to tell me. I remember the day you didn't remember my name. I tried to touch you and you'd move away. I'd fight back the tears and the urge to curse and think, what am I doing here with some woman with a face like yours? These years of losing you, oh, there's nothing I could do. I could read to you, I could read to some woman with a face like yours. Are you in there somewhere? I keep thinking one of these days you're gonna wake up and laugh, throw back your head and say, how weird was that? And we'll go on from this painful reverie. I don't have to be the sole keeper of our memories. We'd take a deep breath and go outdoors. I'd tell you about that woman with a face like yours. slow is your brain forgets how to swallow, and my aunt put a dollop of pudding on your tongue. Hours later, it was still there, and I knew you were done. And the machine played that steady tone, and I felt relieved, and I felt alone. But what did I even lose? Was it my mom or some woman still wearing her shoes? Are you out there somewhere? Are your legs finally running free of that wheelchair? Are you climbing up our old wooden stairs? Are you watching? Are you hearing this song? Are you still that woman? Are you my mom? Do you dance to Glenn Miller and drink martinis when you want to check in? Do you still get to see me? You said when the going gets tough, the best medicine is pure love, and I gave it my all. So did you, of course, even as that woman with a face like yours.
Amazing. And there's the thing about Shanna in a dress, folks. She can make you laugh. She could bring you to tears. And that song right there is powerful.
Thank you.
True story?
Yeah, it was inspired by a conglomeration of experiences. Me and my friends. And
I want to talk to you more about that one when we're done. I really do, because it's hitting me very hard. And I don't want to go any further than that. Okay?
yeah.
Yeah. Wow. What a song. Such depth. It wasn't the song I was thinking about.
I
that
know
you
it
did.
wasn't.
It was different, but we could talk about that too, or not. I think I need something more uplifting after that. What a powerful song. Powerful, powerful song. Well, let's talk about the beginnings. Okay. How did it all start for you?
Started as a college student.
Yeah.
I went to University of Virginia, and I brought a guitar and was like, I'm going to learn to play this thing.
Had you played an instrument before that? Because I know you play piano too.
I played, I did, like classic piano kid lessons and fiddled around on that. And I was a band kid. I played a mean French horn. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was really my musical foundation, was being in band. But I was never a singer or a guitar player, but
Are you telling me you just really picked this up in college?
Yeah.
Really? And
Yeah.
you are a very good guitar player.
Thanks.
You really are.
I've had to work at it because, man, I'm so jealous when I hear about everyone who started when they were 13 and younger and stuff.
Yeah, I was like 11. You'd think I'd be a lot better player than I am now. Sometimes it takes a while to connect, but you must have picked it up very fast. Did you take lessons or?
No, I taught myself out of a method book.
Yeah.
And honestly, every chord progression that it taught me, I would just write a song to.
Oh, cool.
So it was a songwriting tool for sure. Like once I learned all the cowboy chords, I had 10 songs. And it took concerted effort to be like, all right, if I want my songs to interest me, I better learn more things on the guitar. Right?
So you did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, did you write before that? Did you write songs before you picked up the guitar? Poetry?
Ish.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved like just rhymey things. Like I loved writing poems anytime there was a poetry unit in school and stuff like that. And I loved like just scouring the lyric booklets of whatever my mom's CDs were in her car. And I wrote a few songs that are horrible. I still remember them before I could play guitar, about, just like these little a cappella things about boys.
Of course, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but you got to get those out. I mean, that's part of that learning and growing experience.
Absolutely.
When did you feel that you finally had it? Or have you? Because I imagine we all grow as artists and writers.
Have it, meaning what?
That you could do this for a living.
Well, my aha moment was that when I went to college, I started writing songs in my dorm room, and I imagined I was like, I'm going to keep this a secret from everyone except for, two of my best friends. And once I have a full show, like a full set, I can deliver, I'm going to have a surprise concert. And so I think it took till my junior year maybe to actually get the logistics for that to work. And my band director in college let me use the concert hall, which is like this gorgeous, like that's where the
great acoustics of it, huh?
Incredible acoustics. And just like what a classy coming out moment, and like other people are like, here I am, I'm finally at the open mic. And mine was like, I debuted in the concert hall. And
that's something.
Yeah. And I pretty much like blackmailed anyone I knew into coming. I said, if you're my friend, you will come to this thing. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it's at this time and it's a secret. And so like 60 plus people showed up and had no idea it was at a concert hall, so they couldn't have had no idea, but I put my French horn on a chair in the middle of the stage so that they would be
thinking this is a French horn
like recital, right?
Yeah.
Like what? She lured us into her French horn recital. And then put on a full show, and I played guitar and piano and ukulele and had like audience participation songs and ended it with like a rap as my planned encore. I made these funny little programs that I passed out to everyone and told them to give me feedback on the back.
That's cool.
Yeah. And
they all said, change your name, right?
No, they love my name.
Were you in a dress then?
I wasn't. Yeah, it was pre the dress days.
No,
but,
pre the dress days.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was...
I bet you shocked some people.
I think I even shocked... I don't know. I think I had this feeling when I was preparing for it. I was like, I think this is going to be fun. Like, even if I'm, shy about my singing skills or my instrumental skills or, my feelings or whatever, I'm going to make sure anyone who comes to this has fun.
There you go.
And it just like unlocked me.
Did it?
Yeah. I felt like this... being on stage and sharing in that way felt so authentic and real to who I was, and that it was like a little drug. And I said, how can I do this more? And again and again and again. So
kind of shocked yourself and opened yourself up, but this whole new reality came out. Yeah. And that's really a cool story, fascinating story. I love it. Yeah.
I'm so grateful for that as like a 0 to 180 moment instead of like dipping my toe.
Yeah. Like, this is what I have got to do now.
Yeah.
You found your path. You found your passion. So
absolutely
cool. How about another song? Can we do it?
Yeah. Can we play it off the record?
You want to play it off the record? I've got the record right here. Would you rather do that? Let's see here. What do I got? Yeah. Okay. You name it. I got them all right here.
Let's do Boomerang, and I'll tell you the story behind it too.
Okay. After we play it? Or you want to set it up?
I'll set it up.
Go ahead.
So I was single for an uncomfortably long time and going, like complaining to my friend Allie and saying, I just like, why doesn't anyone like me? I'm fun. And she said, well, who have you liked? And my eyes got all big and I was like, wait, what? I mean, no one. what? Like, you mean I should like someone so that they like me back? What? Oh, and this aha moment was, instead of like sitting back and like waiting for you to catch someone's eye, like, what if I entered the world with that same, like, I like you. I like you. And of course, like, it was a romantic conversation, but the message transcends romance. And it was like, if instead of hoping people will like you, why don't you just like look for what you like in people?
See?
And if you're looking for love, go love. And that's
Great advice.
Yeah, it's a message that the song helps remind me of.
Okay, it's called Boomerang. It's from the new CD, which is coming out soon, called Robot. Shanna in a Dress on the Songwriter Connection podcast.
When I was just a little girl, my mama, she told me someday you'll find yourself a husband, a family. I thought when I was wiser, maybe when I was older, I'd find someone to love me, maybe someone in Boulder. So I bought myself a library of self-help books, practiced in the mirror all my sexy looks, sent thoughts to the universe that I'm supposed to send. But the ones who walked into my life just wanted to be friends. And I asked my mama, what's my problem? She said, you're going about it all wrong. She said, if all you want is love, you better give it away. It will come back to you like a boomerang, like a karma chameleon refrain, like the track circle back below the train. It will come back, it will come back if you give it away. So I came across a genie in a bottle and he told me, you don't need the body of a model, no, you only need to not treat your heart like a book of checks, as though the less you use it, the more rich you'll get. And I asked myself, what's my problem? Maybe I'm going about it all wrong. 'Cause if all you want is love, you better give it away. It will come back to you like a boomerang, like a karma chameleon refrain, like the track circle back below the train. It will come back, it will come back if you give it away. 'Cause love ain't money, no, it won't run out. It'll come back to you if you give it out. Love ain't money, no, it won't run out. It'll come back to you if you give it out. Love ain't money, no, it won't run out. It'll come back to you if you give it out. Oh, if all you want is love, you better give it away. It will come back to you like a boomerang, like a karma chameleon refrain, like the track circle back below the train. It will come back, it will come back if you give it away.
Shanna in a Dress, our guest on the Songwriter Connection podcast. Boomerang. Interesting beat on that. What is that, like bossa nova? What is that? I'm trying to get the feel. It's cool.
Do that. Do that. That's
Very
the
neat.
word for it.
Yeah. Who's your producer? Where was that recorded?
Megan Burt and Cinder Sound Studios in Longmont, Colorado.
Colorado.
Yeah.
Colorado. All righty. Now, you, as a songwriter, you write primarily with yourself, or you're doing the Nashville thing of the co-writing. Are you into that much? Or?
Well, I'm trying to be. That's why I came here to collaborate and see what can blossom when you connect minds.
Have you done much of that in the past, co-writing? Because it's different, isn't it?
It's so different.
Yeah. It's hard sometimes.
Totally hard.
Yeah.
I leave a lot of sessions like, or finding that my stamina doesn't seem to be at the level of my co-writers. Like they're still working, and I'm like, let's give up and come back to this later.
Sometimes it's the best thing to do sometimes. Let's set up another date and we'll get back on this one. Or not, Yeah. Yes, it is. It's a challenge. And I want to ask you about the Kerrville Festival, and that must have been such a wonderful experience for you. And to win, well, that's just amazing. Tell us a little bit more about that. This is a Texas festival that's been going on since 1972, if you're not familiar with it. Google it and check it out. But not everybody can go, and hardly anybody can win. But yet you did. So tell me about that experience.
It was amazing. It was one of my bright shining lights of pandemic year because I felt like all of my musician peers were bummed that their careers were stalled and, reverting backward. And I got entered this song competition that I'd entered before, and people spoke really highly of it. And so when I was named as a finalist, it was like, oh my gosh, this is one of the best things that could have happened. And then winning was great. It was also kind of it was a bittersweet win because the festival was virtual that year. I didn't get to perform to the big crowd that year. Yeah. But luckily the following year,
last year?
2021, I got to go to the festival and perform on the stage.
Wow, what was that like?
It was awesome. And Kerrville is just everyone you talk to is a fabulous songwriter. Mm-hmm. And so song circles are so riveting because the songs are just so good. And I'm really excited to become a more regular part of their community. I even got to be a judge in 2021. So the exact same.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Like one year I'm winning, the next year I get to still be a part of it and be on the other side and listen to great songs. And
do you know our friend Efren White? Have you run into him yet?
I never have.
I've got to introduce you because he's also a Kerrville winner.
Please do.
So we'll get you guys together. Maybe you guys can collaborate a little bit, and you never know what happens there.
Yeah, maybe we'll write a killer song.
I'm sure you will. If you're involved, you probably will. Who do you listen to when you just want to enjoy music?
I'm a huge Taylor Swift fan.
Really?
Love her. Love her.
Yeah. She just surpassed the weeks at number one on Billboard charts more than Shania Twain now.
I saw that.
And that's really special and cool. So yeah.
She's such a hard worker and a fabulous songwriter, and she's really brilliant.
Wow.
And kind. So one of my dreams is to write a song with her.
Oh, I hope that comes true.
Me too.
Send it out to the universe, girl. You never know.
I'm sending it every way I can. Except I've never written her a letter. Someone was like, well, have you ever written her? I was like, no. What? That wouldn't get to her. That would be a waste of my heart.
A waste of my heart. Hey, there's a good hook for a song, right? Did you write that down? Yeah, let's write that. Yeah. Don't no fair putting that in your hook books at home.
Yeah, but so I'm a big Taylor Swift fan. I'm a big Sarah Bareilles fan.
Oh yeah, Sarah, fantastic.
And Ingrid Michaelson.
Mm-hmm. You've been kind of compared to her, haven't you?
Yeah,
a little bit.
We have similar vocal inflections. Like I notice I think she influences a lot of my melodies. And yeah, I feel like women I listen to a lot of good female singer-songwriters.
Good.
Yeah.
That's awesome. We've got time for one more song.
Maybe I should play Wanna Go Out. That'd be a fun one to end it on.
Wanna Go Out. Yes. I've heard you play this one and it's really cool.
Yeah, it's fun.
Good song.
So story behind this one is
and it's a 2 capo song, so watch out.
Yeah, watch out, world.
Oh, it's for you at home. It's a capo on the 2nd fret, and then just like all but one on the 9th fret.
Yeah, and then I tune
I love all these alternate tunings. It's cool.
They're a little nuts, so they're a good cheat.
Well, Joni Mitchell was always big on that. All these different... Sometimes couldn't remember what open tuning she had written the song in.
Yeah, she's pretty crazy.
What a cool song. What a cool sound. Is what I meant to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this song I like to start off all my sets with, since I wrote it last year, because I think it's a great way to get to know each other fast. In fact, I should have started off the podcast with it, but oh well.
That's all right. We'll end it with it.
We'll end it with if you're still like, who's this Shanna in a dress girl? This should sum it up. First date, oh, you have a nice face. It's small talk over coffee, we go over the basics. A bunch of little facts that really don't matter. I'll start with my family, end with the data. I have 2 older brothers, one's in tech, one's a chiropractor. My family's from Buffalo, but that's not where I grew up. Went to school at UVA, wahoo, I got my BA. That was an expensive way to make good friends. I'm a 7 on the Enneagram. I have a 67.5-inch wingspan. My birthday is 2/19. I'm on the cusp of Aquarius and Pisces, but neither match much. Play 5 instruments, but only one of them well. I'm a size 10 shoe, and I never tell my middle name. I have 2 eyes and 1 persistent cough, and 10 toes only 'cause they cut the 11th one off. Do you wanna go out with me? Do you wanna go out with me? Let's talk about animals. I play a mean horse on the basketball court, but walking with the dog is my favorite sport. I do cat and cow and yoga if it makes me sweat, and I go down rabbit holes on the internet. By now you know what I look like when I'm not dressed fancy, that I don't like to drink unless it tastes like candy, and I could be a vegetarian if it weren't for chicken wings. I put Frank's Red Hot on everything. Get freaked out by people touching their eyes. I'm a realistic romantic who loves surprises. I'm obsessed with Taylor Swift. Someday we'll co-write a song. She doesn't know I exist. Maybe pass this one along. Do you wanna go out with me? Do you wanna go out with me? We've been hanging a few months. Maybe we'll make it. Things I should have said up front, but I guess I waited. I didn't date till really late in life. I think marriage is a sham, but I still want to be a wife. I think I want kids because I like them a lot, but I'm afraid I can't afford them unless my career takes off. But if it does, maybe it's okay if I don't have them. I'm afraid of childbirth and leaking outside the bathroom. It'd be a bonus if you could balance out my stingy boss, which is this guitar. I'll only marry for love. I'm not shallow, but I can't deny that my pockets are. Do you wanna go out with me? Do you wanna go out with me? Let's set it straight. It's like the 28th date. By now you know my clock runs 10 minutes late, and I burn what I cook, and I never make the bed. But if you're still listening, maybe I haven't scared you yet. I twist and break my hair. It drives people crazy. I'm messy, and I'm the best at procrastinating. Do my half of the chores less than a quarter of the time, but I'll forgive your weaknesses if you overlook mine. I can be immature, but it's not always bad. I'll get you to laugh and flash you when you're sad. Got a good brain on my shoulders, a good heart in my chest. If you can stimulate those, I'll let you stimulate the rest. Do you wanna go out with me? Do you wanna go out with me? What if this song was like COVID-19 and it spread across the nations and they'd all know me? And when they lifted the quarantine, I'd be overwhelmed with applications. Need a committee to screen, so don't apply if you just love 45. And if you're not into my music, this is never gonna jive. Think this could be a good way to save some time. If you like wacky songwriters, I could be your bride. Do you wanna go out with me?
I think the answer is a resounding yes to a lot of our listeners. All about Shanna in a Dress. If we didn't find it all out prior, we now know.
Now you know. That sums me up totally.
Awesome song, my friend. And I'll
Thank
tell you
you.
what, Taylor Swift, she exists. And we know your middle name. It's the.
Oh.
No, it's in the.
No, in
In It's in a. I messed that up. So,
It's okay. A lot of people do.
We love you, Shanna, in a Dress.
I love you back, Dave.
Not in the dress, in a dress. Find her on the socials, on the interwebs. Like her on Spotify. All the best to you. I can't wait to see you play around again.
Thank
and I know
you.
you're coming back to 12 Keys real soon. So
That's right.
In fact, I think this is the 19th that this publishes, and I believe it's tonight. So we'll see you tonight.
Great.
Thank you for listening and being a part of our show. That's it for season 2. Please go back and catch the episodes that you missed. All 42 are streaming now, and I look forward to joining you probably late March, early April. Keep an eye on the socials because we're coming back with vengeance on the Songwriter Connection podcast. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you for listening to the Songwriter Connection podcast. Find us on social media at Songwriter Connection. Also, listen to Dave Lanahan's Nashville Connections radio show. It streams live every Friday morning on WOBL and WNOI. Look for us on Facebook and YouTube. See you next time on Songwriter Connection.